Hey everyone, this is Brainwaves and I'm gonna show you how to make a drop like of the trees. This whole project file, as usual, is available on my Patreon along with many others, so feel free to check the link in the description if you want to get it, and let's get started. Alright, so as you can tell, I'm basically recreating the owl song and also the Spanish Moss song. So the BPM for this one is 150. The drums sound like this. Is basically one kick, one snare, hi-hat, and that's pretty much it. I'm doing a little bit of volume automation with this auto pen. So it's basically just making it sound a little bit more natural. Not all of them at the same volume, but some of them hi-hat hits a little bit louder and some of them a little bit quieter, basically. Cool, that's for the drums. Then the first bass is this one. This has erosion, which is pretty important. And inside the patch, I'm just gonna mute everything and show you what's going on. So the first thing that I put in here was a sine wave, but then I modified the harmonics, and what I did was I deleted the fundamental and I added this harmonics specifically. The second one, the third one, and then this fifth one. And that sounds like that. Then I put a sub bass. And the LFO one that has this shape and this rate, it's going on envelope mode, and that is going to a main tuning modulation, -7%, unipolar mode. That's how that sounds. That's just giving me like the main tone of the sound. Then I went to the effects and I put some distortion, soft clipping, some single band compression. Then some hyperdimension to make it a little bit wider. And an utility just cutting the stereo out of the low end. Then outside of the patch, I just put erosion. And that's the whole thing. Basically, erosion is very important to give that upper texture. Then for the owl sound, I just downloaded a sound from YouTube. And I pitched it just to make it sound good with like this one. And I put a little bit of erosion in sine mode. So without it, with it, it just gives it like an extra tone in the upper range. Then in the second part in here, I just pitched it up a little bit more. Yeah, then the second bass, the Spanish Moss one, it has 3 automations. We're gonna go through them in a bit. For now, let me show you the patch itself. I'm gonna turn down everything and show you one by one what's going on. Basically, I have a sub bass that is going directly out into the first bus, and that has some soft clipping and some EQing, just cutting everything above 200 hertz. And if I go to the mix, you can see that that bus 1 is going directly out, so it's not going through the main effects. Then I have the oscillator A, which is basically the main tone of the sound. And that's 3 octaves and 7 semitones up. And I played with the unison in here, so 2 voices, and I set the width to 40. That's how it would sound, only one voice. I think two voices sounds pretty cool and closer to what Of the Trees is doing on the track. Then the oscillator B, it's a sine wave with some extra harmonics, and as of right now, it's not doing much. Once I put the effects on, you're gonna notice that it helps with making it grittier. And oscillator C is just like an extra texture. And note that that one is going directly out into the second bus, and the second bus is also going directly out, so that means that it's not going through the main effects. And these are the effects that are going through the second bus. So tube mode distortion, multiband compression, and some EQ just cutting the low end because I don't need any of that. This is like the beauty of Serum 2. Before, in Serum 1, you probably had to create like a couple layers to be able to achieve the sound. But now with, being able to use different buses and like routing things directly out and stuff like that is pretty complex, the things that you can do, and you can like create sounds that maybe before took like 2 or 3 layers. Now you only need like 1 layer to make it all happen within the same patch, basically. Then I have white noise, 9%. And then I'm gonna go to the effects of the main bus. So that's basically affecting oscillator B. Because notice that the oscillator A is going directly out, so it doesn't have any effects on it whatsoever. Because I wanted to keep like that pure tone of the sine wave. So distortion, tube mode, compression, and single band mode. Another tube distortion, and some EQ just cutting the low end. Yeah, definitely recommend grabbing the project file for this one for you to kind of dissect a little bit better what is happening inside the Serum patch, because there is like some routing going on, as I briefly explained. But that's for the sound. Then for the automations that I was talking about before, I have one for the pitch bend, so that's basically automating this, as you can see in there, and it happens just a couple of times throughout the track. Then I have an automation for the level of oscillator C, this one, and that's giving it like a more gritty vibe on some parts, like in here. That is basically just the oscillator C going up in volume. And then at the same time, I'm changing the wavetable position. So yeah, those automations help a lot. If I were to delete all of this, the sound wouldn't be as interesting. So let me just do that for the example. So yeah, it's like less dynamic. Let's put all of that back. So yeah, that's it for this one. Hope you found this helpful. As usual, the whole project file is available on my Patreon, along with many others. Also doing one-on-one coaching and mixing and mastering gigs. If you are interested in that, feel free to check the link in the description or reach out to me. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you around.